how we scaled the brand from 50K a month to 150K a month profitably. And today I want to break down how we did exactly that. I want to provide as much value to anyone in a similar situation and what we saw working for this brand and what will probably work very well for you as well. Because what I don't like seeing in a lot of other videos is very theory, what can happen, what might happen. This actual data, actual stats, actually things that they have been done and what worked. And it's something that was fairly recent as well. So for context, I've been selling on Amazon for over 5 years. We have a full service Amazon agency where we spend $1 million in ad spend a year and we manage over 20 million in yearly revenue for Amazon only. That's our specialty. That's all we do, Amazon. So when we onboarded this brand, they were doing 50,000 in revenue, actually 49,950 to be exact. They had a 30% gross margin. And when I say gross margin, I say after Amazon FBA fees, because before that, it's such a big difference that doesn't really matter, but 30% after FBA fees. Their tacos at that time was 21%. That meaning that they were making about 9% actually. So they were left with 4,500 before having to pay staff and so on and so forth. So not a very profitable position to be in. Still some profit, but not where you want to be. So the first thing we did is look at the data, the last 12 months of data, average conversion rate, average sales, average ad spend, average ad sales, average tacos, everything that is relevant to Amazon. The reason I want to see that is I want to see what worked, what didn't, what's their average, is there any anomalies, is there any seasonality? I want to understand that. And because it's health and beauty, there's no big seasonality there. After that was done, we wanted to go through the listings. What do we need to fix from a copy standpoint? Title, bullet points, image standpoint, main image and other images, A+ content as well, and SEO and backend. What needs to be improved? When you have this type of conversion rates, this type of sales and tacos, there's much you can improve. So we started improving that. So we overhauled everything from that sense. A lot of work because there were over 50 listings, but it's super important work because what you need to understand is humans buy your product, not robots. So you need to optimize SEO for robots, right? That's great for to index where you should be or for the platform, but the actual images, a lot of the copy needs to be for humans, and that's where a lot of brands misunderstand this. So we did exactly that. Now the reason we did this because it's super important, because conversion rate wasn't high for them. Conversion rate was about 7% and it wasn't where it needed to be. So we know very well that if we improve conversion rate, it means that everything else will do well. Ads will do better automatically, sales velocity will do better automatically, because simply you will get more sales per click, and it will be a momentum game. It will be a snowball effect. A snowball effect is super important. Now, while we're fixing the listing, we're also looking at the ads, because this was an account that already was spending ads, had some historical ads. So the first thing to do, especially with accounts that already have ads, and this is very important, is you don't turn them off, because if you turn them off, revenue disappears. Revenue gets impacted significantly. What you do is you go through them and see what works and what doesn't. You start improving them. Another issue with the structures, there were like 40, 50 keywords in some of these ad sets and ad campaigns, and that's too much. There was no real structure to ads and no real intent on how ads was structured. So we adjusted all of that. And another thing that was missed, a lot of the campaigns weren't optimized for months. Once that was fixed, we were in the meantime, because this is very important as well, starting new campaigns. Structured correctly, 3 to 5 keywords at most per campaign. One campaign, one product. Making sure that we have clear intent for what these campaigns are doing and what type of targeting we're doing. So right away we're starting to test. We want to make sure that things are starting to look the way they should. So once that was done, we started to see results. First month there was about a 20% revenue increase. On month 3, we're getting very close to the 100,000 in sales, and tacos started to go significantly down. Remember, tacos was 21%. Now we're going to the 14%, making a lot more profit with a lot more sales because of the clarity in the management. We're checking the account daily. We're doing all the time adjustments when you needed to. So there was a lot of optimization going and a lot of eyes on the account. But now going to the nitty gritty, what actually worked very well for this account? This is what I love about this game, right? It's never the same. It's different. You hear exact campaigns are better than broad. It's not true, because every campaign is different, every account is different. And for this account, two big winners were broad campaigns and product targeting for competitors. This is what won extremely well. So from the broad campaigns, that performed very well. A lot of them had 6-7x returns, which was very good. What we kept a close eye is we wanted to negate right away search terms that were irrelevant. Because with broad campaigns on Amazon, you might say phone, but Amazon might start targeting phone cases, might start targeting things that they're not as related. So you need to be very careful at controlling it. But the good thing about broad is Amazon sometimes is targeting search terms that you were never taught. So there's a lot of strength there with broad campaigns. So broad campaigns was a big winner. The second big winner was product targeting for competitors' products. We targeted the top 5 competitors. We were able to beat them in price, and our average view was actually higher. Pretty much stealing traffic and conversion were better price, better average review. We started to get so many sales from there. Just these two type of campaigns killed it. Now, Exact performed well, Ulta performed well, product targeting for competitors and broad campaigns did extremely well for this account. And to pair all of this up was again a very big important part, the fact that we fixed the entire catalog, the listing, the ads. That was a big part of what actually helped, because without that our conversion rate would have changed that much. Now let's get to the fun part, the results. So fast forward just about a year, we went from 50K, 49,950 to 150K, a little bit over actually, 150K and $552 with tacos at 10%. So now instead of having 21%, you now have 10%. So tacos was half. Instead of now having 4.5 left at the end of the month, now it was 30,000 per month. And that's a huge difference. And that's the whole point here. For me, a real case study, a real success for any brands we work with, including my brands and including brands we work with, is more profit. 50,000 to 150,000 is impressive, but if you don't move the profit much, it's not impressive. If we had 150,000 with maybe a 7,000 to 8,000 in profit, that's not great. It's so much extra work for very little increase in profit. But the fact that it went to a 30,000 profit and now this brand was starting to dominate a lot of their product categories, that's for me the most important. And the reason this worked, and this is what I really want to emphasize, is because we got the fundamentals right. We pushed sales velocity, we improved sales conversion, we optimized the SEO, we made sure ad campaigns were structured, we made sure we doubled down on winners and we cut the losers. That's it. It's all about fundamentals. If you don't get the fundamentals right, it doesn't matter. Forget about AI, forget about hacks. How do actually people buy on Amazon, and how can you scale that? That's it. Amazon has many games. It's a game of levers. If you know which ones to pull, you can do very well. If you don't, your business will crash. And remember, at the end of the day, it's about having a good product, having a good market fit, having a good ad strategy, and a great listing. You have those, you're on a very good trajectory to do extremely well. I hope this helped. A lot more to come. Stay tuned.